You guys, it's Jaylen here. I just got off my boat, so I'm looking a little crazy with my boat hair, but I wanted to tell you what's up for this week's episode of Cover to Cover with J and J. We got Jonathan interviewing one of our StylePlus models, David, and then I got to have a chit chat with some StylePlus friends about poise and performance. So without further ado, I'm going to toss it over to Jonathan to start this week's episode.
What's up, guys? So this week, for Cover to Cover with J and J, I'm going to be interviewing my close friend David Fernandez. He's a StylePlus model. He's been doing color guard for many years, and I'm just gonna ask him a couple questions regarding StylePlus and color guard and anything else. So, yeah, here's David.
Hi, John. Hi, everyone. Quarantine has its up and downs. I've been spinning and I've been playing Animal Crossing on Switch. I've been playing a lot of those games. I've been social distancing, cooking, cleaning, all at home basically.
So you having a fun time, that's what you're saying, because I'm over here sleeping on my phone doing nothing, but yeah. Okay, well, tell me a little about yourself so we can start this off.
Well, hi, I'm David. I'm 19. I'm a Libra. I just graduated with my associates at the Fashion Institute of Technology. I grew up in Long Island, New York, and went to Mineola High School. I marched there for, I think, freshman to senior year. And I'm still marching.
Mineola?
No, not anymore. I'm still marching, but I march with AMP now for Winter Guard. And over the summer, I marched at Cadets for 2 years, 2018 and 19. And then in between those 2 summers, I joined VAMP for the 2019 season. And here we are in 2020.
Yeah. Oof. I'll get to that later. I have a question for that. But how did you get into color guard? Like, did somebody in Mineola just like one of your friends said, "Come to auditions with me, it'll be fun," and you're like, okay, and just showed up, or like was it actually something you really wanted to do?
So one of my best friends at the time was in the color guard, and she joined in 8th grade. She started a marching band, and she was like, "Hey, you should really do this. Like, maybe you're good at it, and like we could spend more time together." Or whatever. So one day after school, we stayed until 4 or something, and she taught me how to spin a flag, how to do a drop spin, maybe a flourish. Not in my toaster, I can tell you that. But the rest is history. And then I joined in 2015, my freshman year, that was my first year, and I made it on the flag line and the rifle line, and I was like,
"Ooh, flag line, best line though."
Right, flag line, best line.
But so when you first started color guard, and you told your family and you told your friends, were they supportive of you? Because when I first started, at first I had some people. I also started very young, so you get the kids that are like, what is that, and try to judge me of it. But I feel like once I started growing up, and people actually started to learn what color guard actually is, since this sport is kind of unknown to a lot of people. They kind of been more supportive of me, and I don't know, I kind of feel the love from everybody. How was it growing up for you?
My mom wasn't really sure what I was doing, and she was like, "Okay, as long as you're happy or whatever, I'll help you go to Dayton or whatever." But then in the middle of the season, in February, I dislocated my right knee.
What?
My first year, yeah. And then people were like, "Oh, is this right? Because you just hurt yourself pretty bad." And I was like, "Yeah, I definitely want to do this. I love performing," and yeah. And then ever since then, I've gotten more support from family and even more friends, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, color guard definitely brings people closer together, and you gain so much more friends than you would, I feel in your regular life, if you know what I mean. So, but how did you feel about the season? The season being cut this past year, and what is your color guard plans for your color guard career plans, drum corps or indoor, for the future?
We did have a goodbye. We were lucky enough as AMP, as an organization, to have a goodbye with the last show in uniform, even though it did get cut short. But it sucks. I miss them a lot, and I'm still spinning as much as I can. But for future, I definitely want to come back to AMP, of course, 100%. Love AMP, love performing the shows, and just feeling proud to be an AMP member, to be part of the. And for summer, in November, I went to California and I auditioned at the Blue Devils and I got a call back. But since Corona happened, we couldn't have a April camp. So this whole summer of 2020, I am training with the Blue Devils like every weekend. And it's really awesome. And I can't wait to be a part of the cast in 2021.
Oh, that's great. I love that. Can't wait to march with you at BD. It's going to be so much fun.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my interview with David. Now let's go run over with Jaylen to see what she has in store. Get it? Because I'm running.
That's going to be a hard segment to top because you got some cool guys in that last one. But I'm going to pop over to the next one that is on poise and performance that I got to do with Bobbey Biddle, my pageant director, and a new friend, Bree Jones.
I have some fun StylePlus members with me today that are going to help me describe poise and performance. So without further ado, I will let them introduce themselves.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bobbey Biddle. I'm a color guard director based in the Philadelphia area, and I'm also a pageant director. So I kind of wear those two hats as well.
And hi, everybody. My name is Bree, brand manager for Battle Closet, and also director and head coach for Dynamic Angels dance team. We are in Richmond, Virginia. So I'm excited to be here and talk to you guys.
I was always taught to hold myself very nicely in ballet class. I hated ballet class. It was my least favorite class in the entire world, but I ended up really liking it because I learned how to hold myself, not just in a dance room, but in school, sitting in a chair, and not just using my body, but also learning how to talk to people. And then that goes into where I am today in pageantry. Bobbey is my pageant director. I took what I've learned from dance with poise and performing my entire life in New York City and in dance competitions and put it into pageantry. So walking and talking to people, meeting people that I might feel uncomfortable talking to, maybe older people or adults that I really look up to that I get nervous talking to maybe, poise and kind of holding myself taught me how to do that.
An awareness of your body, an awareness of being able to be confident about being confident certainly does come more naturally to people that are in the performing arts. I always jokingly say that I think that every parent should put their kid in either karate or dance, that they should spend a couple of years in either of those two or both, because I think that those are two forms that are geared towards getting young kids excited about body awareness. And of course, they learn all kinds of other great things about performance and athletics and artistry. When you come out of years of dance and performance and musical theater, the life lessons that you take with you are what you were talking about, Jaylen. Walking taller, pulling those shoulders back. They make you a better interviewer when you're interviewing for jobs. They make you be able to do a thing like this, which is amazing, talking on camera and talking in public speaking. And so they're not just about the small, in-the-moment rewards of that great dance performance. They have long-lasting effects. Bree, your thoughts?
Hey, so actually I definitely agree with both of you. My background is also dance and a little music as well. I played the clarinet and also piano. So I had that music background as well. Alongside with dance, I've done cheerleading and also gymnastics. And just like you said, when everything kind of goes hand in hand, all of it kind of shaped you to be this well-rounded dancer or performer. It definitely teaches you discipline. I was in the marching band, and those skills kind of stick with you from the time that you start up into your adulthood, even till now with me teaching and coaching. It all just kind of goes back to everything that you were taught and everything going hand in hand, everything being, kind of all brought together. And I like teaching the kids something, some things that I learned along the way that I didn't know when I was younger. So now that I'm older and I've had these experiences, I want to make sure that all of my dancers, as young as they possibly can, get all of that kind of into them. So when they get older, they can go to any which way of dance or any which genre they choose. They'll be well-rounded and kind of excel and succeed in any which way they decide to go.
Awesome.
A little bit about my little background.
Definitely. And I think to kind of bounce off what both of you said, for me, if you asked me when I was 10 years old what I wanted to do, it was to be a professional dancer. But actually, after entering pageants and kind of like growing up a little bit, I noticed that what I learned from dance and how to stand a little taller and like where your shoulders are, like Bobbey said, it has brought me to think what I actually want to do in college, and that's communications and broadcasting and like standing nicely and talking to people in public and interviewing. So I think I learned a lot about where my body is, and for me being a taller girl, like where my shoulders should be. It's not going to be the same for someone that's smaller than me or taller than me, and my dad being 6'4", like.
Well, that wraps this week's episode of Cover to Cover with J&J. From my crazy boat hair to yours, I really hope you liked that video, so make sure you click that notifications button and subscribe. See you next week.